Calaroga Shark Media.
Hi and welcome to a special bonus episode of Palace Intrigue. It's a very busy day in the land of Harry and Meghan. Meghan's podcast career is resuming. Deadline reports Meghan has signed a new podcast deal with Lemonada Media, the company behind Wiser Than Me with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. The move will see her launch a new podcast series, and Lemonada will also distribute her previous Spotify series, Archetypes, to all podcast platforms. There are no details yet on the new series, but Deadline shared that Archetypes, which was previously a Spotify exclusive, will be rolled out to all audio platforms with Lemonada distributing. Meanwhile, the story that has everyone buzzing is that Harry and Meghan have discreetly launched a revamped website, transitioning from sussexroyal.com to the new sussex.com. The updated site introduces visitors to the couple's bios, along with links to their Archewell Foundation and Archewell Productions, and adopts a sleek dark navy and beige colour scheme. The site also features a news section highlighting their recent endeavours, including Harry's presentation of the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award to Cameron Heyward. A message on the old site redirects users to the new platform, emphasising the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's work before relocating to the United States. At the top of the Sussex.com homepage, their coat of arms is displayed, signifying the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. A backdrop photo from the 2023 Invictus Games, which also served as their holiday card image last year, graces the homepage. Harry's bio describes him as a humanitarian, military veteran, mental health advocate, and environmental campaigner, proudly mentioning his best-selling memoir, Spare. In an interesting departure from tradition on the updated website, Meghan Markle adopts a simpler identification in her biography, being referred to simply as Meghan, a move away from the formal use of her full name and title. Just Meghan, no Markle. Also in Meghan's profile, the only mention of the royal family reads, in 2018, Meghan married Prince Harry, becoming the Duchess of Sussex. Only 25 of the 590 words are about her TV career. Meghan's bio reads, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is a feminist and champion of human rights and gender equity. Her lifelong advocacy for women and girls remains a constant thread in her humanitarian and business ventures. She has been named one of the most influential women in the world in rankings including Time magazine's Most Influential People, the Financial Times' 25 Most Influential Women, Variety Power of Women, and British Vogue's Vogue 25. Despite stepping down as senior royals, their children are referred to as Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet on the website. However, the couple's self-promotion on the site has drawn mixed reactions on Twitter, with some criticising their use of royal titles and others lauding Meghan for showcasing her accomplishments. The Mirror noticed, it appears there was a lot of work going on behind the scenes, right up until one significant date. According to the registry directory site whois.com, the final update to the new website took place on 4th of February, just 24 hours before King Charles announced publicly that he had been diagnosed with cancer. The newly revamped website greets visitors with a homepage elegantly designed in a shade of royal blue, remarkably reminiscent of the royal.uk website's colour scheme. Elise Taylor, writing for Vogue, speculated on the royal family's fondness for navy blue, stating, basic colour theory suggests blue is a colour that represents calmness and responsibility. For public servants raising future public servants, such an aesthetic projection is no doubt an aesthetically attractive one. The monarchy, after all, is all about stable continuity. Then there's the fact that it's part of the Union Jack. Wearing blue also subtly nods to a sense of patriotism. The website prominently displays a coat of arms specifically designed for Meghan, no Markle, a tribute to her Californian roots. It features a blue shield symbolizing the Pacific Ocean, complemented by rays that represent sunshine. Upon its unveiling, Kensington Palace shared that the Duchess collaborated closely with the College of Arms in London to craft this meaningful design. The emblem includes a lion on the left side of the shield, an homage to early medieval imagery and connected to Prince Harry. On the right side, a songbird supports the shield, signifying the Duchess of Sussex. Royal source Deep Crown exclusively tells Palace Intrigue, Meghan's bird carries the crown around its neck rather than on its head. It's a clear sign she's part of the royal circle, but on her own terms. Quite a straightforward message, really about her place in the family. Meghan played an integral role in the creation of her coat of arms. collaborating closely with the College of Arms throughout the process to ensure the design was both deeply personal and representative. As announced at the time, the coat of arms incorporates numerous elements that pay homage to her heritage. Beneath the shield, golden poppies, California's official state flower, are depicted, alongside wintersweet, a plant that not only grows in the Kensington Palace gardens but also adorned her wedding veil. The design on Meghan's side of the shield features a blue backdrop symbolizing the Pacific Ocean, complemented by two golden rays that reflect California's renowned sunny climate. Additionally, the inclusion of 3 quills on the shield symbolizes Meghan's commitment to communication and the power of words. On Harry's side, the mirror points out, at the top of Harry's shield is a white horizontal label with 5 points hanging from it. Now that Harry is the son of the monarch, there should be only 3 white points on his shield rather than 5. According to the College of Arms, this is indeed what should have occurred, all of which should be charged with a red escallop that represents the Spencer family. A source told the Daily Mail, they're going to have real trouble with the use of Sussex. It is a royal title, and if there is any hint of commercialism about this, it will be shut down. It's just staggering that they cannot see how gauche it is. However, the Mirror quotes a source close to the Sussexes who said, Prince Harry and Meghan are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. That is a fact. It is their surname and family name. Palace Intrigue will be right back. The always entertaining Diana Elsa, writing for news.co.au, said, well, look what Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have here. For the 4th time in 5 years, the Sussexes have a new online home, having today, ta-da, unveiled a shiny new website. Let us weep a collective single tear for the now-defunct Archewell.com. We hardly knew ye, mostly because there was nothing on there but the occasional press release, a site which has now gone the way of their former effort, SussexRoyal.com, and their brief half-ownership of RoyalFoundation.com. Lordy, where is a hardy royal writer to start here? Harry and Meghan's guileless adoption of pro forma royal branding that sans any apparent irony, the couple have decided to bluntly batter us about the head with their titled status. The replacing of Archewell's touchy-feely who wants a hug granola vibe with the pared-back minimalism and dark blue hues of a much more regal offering. That the Sussex's bios make eye-popping exercise in editing. The site's occasional typo. After all this time, Harry and Meghan still seem to want it both ways. The kudos and the pulling power of being members of the royal family, but the lolly and the perks of never having to ever pretend to enjoy visiting a Women's Institute meeting. It's like Harry and Meghan are hoping we might all suddenly develop a swift and incurable case of collective amnesia about what has come before and suddenly take them at their website's face value, that they are just 2 charity stalwarts who have not spent years firing broadsides at Crown Inc. What must Charles now make of his son and daughter-in-law, that after everything, the interviews, the TV, the book, and the steady drumbeat of their emotional claims, to then watch them boldly start slapping their most saleable commodity, their royal titles, all over the shop? Harry and Meghan had every right to walk away from the royal life, but again we are seeing them prove they are more happy to claim membership of this problematic institution when it suits their purposes. A year on from Harry releasing his memoir Spare with his news site, the Duke and Duchess would appear to be attempting to stage a US relaunch, hardly a surprise given the current state of their careers. In the last month, the couple have flown 8 hours and walked the red carpet for an entertainment company that paid their expenses and is not their main Hollywood squeeze, and Harry flew to Las Vegas to hand out a football trophy. The UN has clearly not been calling. Royal commentator Angela Levin told The Sun they are cashing in on their royal connections that they say they hate so much. Queen Elizabeth II would be furious because they promised they wouldn't do that. They should be stopped from using a title that they spent years insulting. They left the royal family because they didn't want anything to do with it, but now realize that they can use Sussex rather than Archewell. Piers Morgan was somewhat restrained, tweeting, "The royal family should not allow this shameless, brazen exploitation of royal titles." Royal expert Dr. Tessa Dunlop told The Mirror, "Minimalist, compassionate, expensive, regal. Can a website really be all these things? Harry and Meghan's latest venture certainly strives to pack a multi-formed punch with majestic, the overarching theme. About as majestic as you can get without actually calling yourself royal. You'll remember the pair were forbidden from using Sussex Royal as a brand when they stopped being working royals. If the British monarchy is under the cosh at the moment, this alternative cut-out and keep attempt at American royalty is toe-curlingly try-hard. All style and precious little substance from a beleaguered Duke and Duchess of Sussex who still depend on their titles and emblems of the royal family they ditched. Yet more proof that you can take the prince out of the palace, but can you ever take the palace out of the prince? And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Apple, Spotify. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.